see in the mid. A little bit of an attempt there from Biver, but not quite able to get the Fisher block off.
Only see a Batten, I would say, against Batrider. He's just a target you can't lasso, and you can't lasso anyone else near him. So for all their plays to work on Team Liquid, it's going to be all about prompting responses, forcing reactions, and then taking a fight somewhere else.
Yeah. So you are a fan of the way that Tundra closed it up. That getting this about him for 33 was pretty much the best thing there was there.
Yeah, they banned out the Tide and the Legion. Those two heroes kind of go along with the same thing, where you don't want to lasso the Tide. Legion makes it so you can't lasso anyone else. And a Batten, it just makes their game plan more straightforward. But man, if I'm playing carry, I would so much rather play against a Batten than a Beastmaster. Sure. So it's not a hero that you're exactly excited to pick. But if you're gonna pick it, this is definitely the situation that I would pick it. So I do like the last pick for Tundra.
Yeah, and sort of now that there's the Terrorblade in the game, do you sort of have to change the way you're going to play this as the Wraith King? Like, what's sort of the game plan here from Skeeter? How do you carry as a Wraith King against the Terrorblade?
I think it's honestly a matchup where you just have to be 2,000 or 3,000 gold ahead most of the game. So it's no real different than before. It's just that you don't scale all that well. As Mickey gets caught off guard by a Coddle Blast top, takes a huge chunk of damage because Fada, you're supposed to be bottom, I'm sure Mickey is thinking, but yeah, Terrorblade very low HP at the start of the game, only 600, even after buying a bunch of stat items.
Yeah, we'll see how long the three of them do stay up. Biver's actually able to get in with those boots and take out the courier. I mean, is down on this bottom lane, Skeeter, he's going to be all right down here on his own? Is he going to need backup against Boxy?
Batrider until level 3 is honestly pretty useless. Okay. Yeah, he could dive him if he had Firefly right here, but Taiga, you see here, did drag the creep wave all the way to the tier 3, which will effectively deny an entire creep wave to Skeeter, but at the same time, he got solo XP for 2 creep waves. So if I'm a carry, I think I'm willing to take that trade, especially when the opponent carry is getting pressured in return. Yeah.
And so in terms of the build-up of the Wraith King, is the fact that there's a Terrorblade enough to dissuade you from getting the Radiance, or do you still go for it, regardless of the reflection?
Nah, I think you still got to go for it, because like I said, it's all about accelerating yourself ahead of the Terrorblade. Sure. And you're just fighting on a much lower cooldown as the game scales, right? Level 18 ult for Wraith King is only 40 seconds, Metamorphosis is 155. So it's all about just being as effective as possible during the downtime of the Metamorphosis. And Reflection's annoying, but it's just not the same skill it used to be. You can BKB it off, you can Manta it off, you can get it a bat and shield it off. So I don't think you should overreact and panic in this matchup.
Yeah, and in terms of sort of how the game's going to go for both our mids, we saw last game, 9, he absolutely popped off on the Grimstroke. When you're looking at the potential for 9's movements this game, can you see him having a pretty easy impact as the Void Spirit, or is he going to have hard heroes to play into?
It's more so he's just going to have to be very fast with his moves, because Leshrac is one of the prime mids for threatening your tower anytime you rotate. So if he's going to move, it's probably going to have to be with an opportunistic rune. And later on in the game, I really like his prospects, because that Ag Silence on the Oracle is going to be incredibly potent. It's really good for disabling these backline supports. And because you can kind of buy time with your Dissimulate plus Astral Steps, it's really hard for the heroes to like Batrider to get you locked down. It is going to be a lot on him to cause disruption in fights in order to enable like the bad positioning from Liquid, so that they eat the Echo Slams and the Wraith can go to town on the targets he wants to go on. That's what he is. He's just a distraction, I think, on the Void Spirit.
I'll see you on the top, Biver. Trying to get some creep secured here for 33 as so far has been struggling a little bit to find the CS in this lane against Insania and Mickey. Only there at the 9 CS right now. And also getting very low here. Has to be careful from a few nukes. As Lee's got the shield once more, but it's going to be taken off. 33 definitely having a bit of an issue dealing with Insania. So yeah, he's got to be careful. He's not quite level 3 Insania, so he hasn't got the step up in damage on the nukes, but still, over towards mid-9. It's going to get caught out by Quote for stun. He's able to find it. And Fairy Fire, is it enough? It's not. First blood for Liquid as moves are made by both teams around the mid lane. And not only securing the first blood, but also securing the chance for Quoifer to get that DD rune into his bottle.
Look at this Quake for skill build. I don't know if I've ever seen Leshrax put 3 points in stun prior to a single point in Edict. You can tell he's all about this lane dominance. I think he realizes he won't be able to push this tower without first threatening the Void Spirit from defending it. So he's electing to probably start skilling up the Diabolic Edict later. He's going to accelerate himself with his ultimate level now. He's level 6 at 440 into the game. This is the dream if you're Lesh. You want to stack both these camps. You're going to farm them all at the same time. He's even got the DD to hit these golems down. Oh, he's not going to stack.
Oh, he's probably going to kill him in time, isn't he?
Yeah, but you cost yourself twice as much mana to farm the same amount.
That is true. As Andy gets the 1 stack. Won't be able to...
It still feels
double.
good to clear 2 camps.
Yeah. Gets that quick burst, gets its boots out, and it's going to go for the Yules first this game rather than the bots. So I guess just adding to, as you say, that kill threat that he's going to have once he has the Yules setup done as soon as possible.
Yeah, other than Batrider Lasso, they don't really have any reliable kill threat. So getting that early Yules would be nice. As they do end up diving the Wraith King. Surprised that actually worked out as they both escaped narrowly.
Yeah, narrowly, bit of almost an understatement with how low they were. Only barely. As Mickey, top lane, aggression onto 33. Will manage to stop the 2 of them with the Fissure. But yeah, I'm seeing this already. You know, Tiger responsible for the action in mid, responsible for the action down bottom. Looks like we may have another one of those Tiger Earth Spirit games on our hands.
This hero in the right hands this patch is scary. Earth Spirit. I don't know why. This hero, he's balanced around the best players in the world. And sometimes I think Ice Frog just gives him a little bit too much assistance because all the quality of life buffs to the Remnant count, the Remnant refresh rate, the Ag Shard can be pretty nice in some games. Just an all-around feels good hero, and it's kind of like the 4-position Beastmaster. I just hate playing against it, man.
No, absolutely. I mean, and as you say, you know, in the hands of these pros, I mean, you think of sort of the top teams in the world, they've all got like an amazing Earth Spirit player. You know, there's something about being able to play Earth Spirit at the top that just lends you win after win.
Goifa's level 8 at 630 into the game, and he's got an Arcane Rune that helped him farm even faster.
Wait, what level? What? Yeah, dude, he's 2 levels ahead of 9. I mean, I guess this efficiency, it can't be matched. Bottom lane, Tiger is in on a Skeeter. There's 5 stacks of napalm on him. Skeeter's down again. Boxy, they're trying to get him, but he's out into the trees. He's going to be fine. Again, just these 2 causing many issues down bottom. And Tiger might not even be done yet. He's looking over towards Fada. Does he want to dive in for this? Fissure will stop him momentarily. Tiger's going in. He sees blood, and he'll be able to get it. He may dive for this, but he's set up for the kill. Onto Fada, onto Biver. 9 comes in with a solid response, though. TP's over and makes sure that he shuts down the aggression from Liquid.
Yeah, if he didn't make that happen right there on 9, this game would have gone out of control real quick.
Absolutely. And that needed to happen, as we're certainly seeing Skeeter having to really deal with this aggression from Liquid. As he's going to head to safer areas of the map now. That bottom lane has become a little bit of a death trap.
Seems like the team with the better draft, like a litmus test to know which team has it, is you look at the carries at 8 minutes and you see which one has 2 heroes in their face and which one's farming alone. Last game, Mickey was the one constantly getting pressured. This game, Mickey's got all the room in the world.
We'll find Tiger here. He's coming over to try and control the wards. They'll get him. 4 of them.
That's space. Information. Who needs wards when you can just face check the entire enemy team being there?
And so, as you said, you know, the fact that, you know, Mickey, other side of the map, is going completely uncontested right now. Is it very easy for Tundra to make an aggressive move to try and get on top of this Terrorblade, or are Liquid going to be able to do a pretty solid job of keeping him protected?
This is exactly what they have to do. They're smoked up with the Void Spear. He's the only one. He's the catalyst for Tundra here to make stuff happen at this stage. Problem is he's been responding to a lot of movements from Liquid so far.
See if they can burst him. They're in onto Mickey, dragging back into the Fissure. Perfectly done. They needed that.
Really good moves coming out from Tundra. I like what they're doing.
Dire's top tower is under
Yeah, we saw 9 on point last game on his grip.
Edict.
Yeah, time to start really pressuring the tower, but TPs are coming in.
Okay.
And another one as well. Rave Fire Blast to set things up. Skeeter's running this down. He's got Reincarnate, so he's happy to die for the benefit of the slow. A good
Nice
kick from Tiger into the silence. Tiger, has he just done it? Has he saved him? He has. 9 tries to predict the positioning, won't find him. Biver does still get the Fisher. They're able to close the gap for the Rave Fire Blast. Extra backup coming in. Boxy. Flame Break knocks back the 2 of them, giving further space to Quakefer. 9 tries with the Remnant. Won't quite be able to read the moves of Quakefer, though. Quakefer getting away there thanks to the saves of Tiger and Boxy.
That is so much space. There's 4 heroes chasing him for so long. At least they didn't have to use Wraith King Ultimate. Maybe it would have been better if they used it, just for the slow.
Well, 9. He's going for the bounty. Quakefer's still rather low, but they've got the setup. Into the stun. He's able to break it for now with the Assimilate. Tiger's trying to chase. He's in. Lands it. Grabs the Illusion Rune, or at least preps it here for Quakefer. They've got the root set up on the time. They've got any further lockdown into the silence from Tiger. If he can land the kick, he might just have it. He doesn't need to. Insania finishes the kill with the Purifying Flames, as Quakefer's also able to deal with Biver over to the side. As Tundra getting a little too cheeky there with the aggression and of trying to get up and take that bounty rune away. Liquid was set up and prepared.
On the panel, Kyle talks a lot about the cost effectiveness of items and how much impact they have on the game. Terrorblade and Lesh, even Batrider are 3 of the best cores in the game for utilizing small 2,000 to 3,000 gold items to just suddenly change. Like, they just accelerate their game so quickly. As you see the Yules coming out from Quakefa, even just the Yasha from Terrorblade does so much for his farming pace. We're going to see the Boots of Travel on back. Oh, he didn't go Boots of Travel. He's actually going a Yules of his own.
Oh, mid. They're coming in for the defense. 9. Looking to jump in Stadia straight away on the back lines. Takes himself a little bit of the Fate Seed. He's actually able to get out the false promise, but he's going to be taking quite a beating through it. So should fall at the same time down bottom 33. Fada and Biver, they're chasing down Tiger. 9's able to cross over with the step. He picks up a second kill. That's 9. Continuing to have a very fine time. They're 5-2-2. And now here, 11 minutes in, they're actually able to sort of turn the tables and get some pressure on the Liquid's tier 1 tower. See what Liquid can do to hold. Mickey is heading over. And his presence enough to make Tundra think twice about this. They don't want to spend any more time with 5 Virus standing around mid. They're going to get themselves back to farming.
Yeah, this is where Abad and Wraith King flourish together. It's so hard to fight into these heroes, man. It's just so much health. Just raw HP that you have to chunk through. And Liquid's got to be a bit careful. The fact that Batrider didn't go for the Boots of Travel means that Tundra will be more likely to be able to group up when they want this game. And it's going to be a lot on the Terrorblade as well as the Lesh to keep these lanes pushed out. And Void Spirit plus the Earthshaker have been doing a great job of actually punishing this greediness, I would say, from Liquid, farming multiple places at once, trying to go for plays with few resources. Like what they're doing.
Yeah, they're managing to get things out of the map, despite Liquid having the slight edge coming out of this laning stage with the way that Quakefer was able to pick up that quick boost of farm to begin things off. Quakefer himself now just 500 off the boost of travel. That push from 9 up the top will manage to secure them the tier 1. We'll see them try and chase for Quakefer, but we'll still with that yours. He's a little too fast. And up onto the high ground. A bit of a dangerous area for Tundra to try diving into at the moment, so they'll let him go.
Yeah, that's the problem with their lineup right now. The Earthshaker needs Blink, Void Spirit needs a few more levels, plus the Yule Scepter. As of now, Quakefa can kind of just walk away. And I'd say that's the definition of a good Leshrac game, when you can be aggressive like this and utilize your high movement speed as survivability.
See what Liquid can grab it by the... Oh, if he heads up. He senses it though. Not going up into this uncharted territory. It's Tundra maybe seeing if they can get round into the jungle of Liquid themselves. They might turn and look to combo down Boxy. 9. Let's watch it from the side. Won't actually get the remedy. Still a little hesitant with Insania by his side. Knows that there's the potential of a false promise save. So they don't really want to commit whilst they know that Insania's in position.
Yeah, Keeper of the Light seems like a nice complement to these Wraith King Abaddon immobile strength cores. It allows the Void Spirit to TB bottom and relieve some pressure there, while knowing that they can still recall him top here as Taiga goes to try to give damage to disable it, but isn't there in time.
Stein is going to go for Boxy. Insania holding on to the save, actually not able to get it off in time as Boxy just collapses. It's the incredible burst of damage there between the three of them. They're chasing Insania as well. Fisher in a play as 2 tasty kills for the Skeleton King. Over towards mid now.
Koifa's here.
Again,
I feel like Coddle
yep.
makes you rethink everything you know about map awareness as a Dota 2 player. You see the Void Spirit TP bottom,
yeah.
and you're like, oh, survivable top now. Well, you know, their mid laner, he can't be here anymore. He's like their catalyst to get anything done. And then he just gets recalled, and they kill you.
And it's allowed them to do a very good job of holding onto their tier 1 mid as best as Quafer's tried to push. Their tier 1 still standing in a much better state than that of Liquid's. And with the way that they've been able to hold this all-important objective. It's Boxy. I mean, as you mentioned before, of course, it feels like rather a hard game for Boxy to find a grab. Any time that 33 is around, it's going to be put to a stop. They are able to get in onto Fada on the side. Good silence from Tiger as well, stopping any potential save coming out from 33. And allows them to kill off Fada without any interruption. This should be the space they need to finish the tier 1 mid. And they'll get it. Liquid able to take it away this time. Tundra not able to fight back. 9 waiting out the 16-minute rune. And he's not going to be able to stick around for it. Spawns bottom.
Terrorblade just farming up a storm that entire time. Dream life of a pushing carry hero when you don't have to be there for pushes.
Yeah. And is this, if you're sort of playing TB yourself, is this where you like to see the Ag sort of just getting it straight away after the Manta nowadays?
If you don't need a BKB. That was really nice.
He's dropping the Echo to protect himself and may have just been enough to set up for the kill onto Tiger. It is. And they're over towards him. He's trying to hide in the trees. They've got him. Tiger punished there for his aggression.
This is just such standard Liquid Dota. You see a death from Taiga bottom as 2 other lanes are getting farmed by Batrider and Lesh. And I really like that Tundra is making sure they bring enough heroes to punish this splitting up from Liquid.
I mean, and again, as you said, this power that the Kotl has. You know, Skeeter, he's poking at top, and suddenly Fada's able to bring in 9, and it's a kill.
You guys watch this game back from Liquid's perspective. These rotations by Tundra are so fast.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually really impressed. These are obviously good players, but I don't know how long they've all been playing together. I know Fada and 33 were on Alliance together, but this is quite clean execution.
They're definitely making a solid argument for why when you play against Tundra, you have to really consider letting Fada get the Kotl, as yeah, they wouldn't be able to do what they're doing right now with any other hero.
Skeeter's almost got that Radiance, got the Relic done. Went for the Armlet for that early to mid-game presence, knowing that they were going to have to kind of fight their way back out on the map. I like that awareness of the state of the game from him.
Got the aggression in on mid as 9 tries to get things started. They're able to bring him down from the Yules, though, into the root. Have they got the lockdown? They don't need it. Just the silence alone stops 9 from escaping, as the bait was successful there from Liquid. As 9 falls for it, jumping into the river and feeling confident that he could get out and save himself. Wasn't to be the case.
Yeah, Yules is a bittersweet item in terms of survivability against Earth Spirit, because, yeah, you remove his silence, but then you just kind of alley-oop him to hit you with other stuff.
So if they're able to do anything big with this key item timing from Tundra, the Blink Dagger finished on Biver. And Quaifa trying to push him bottom. He's relatively alone. Only the Terrorblade by his side down here.
This is such a good move.
As they're in upon him. And Quaifa, oh my goodness, when the crits are landed.
If you look at what happened there, he TP'd bottom, and like within 8 seconds of seeing him, there's all of Tundra bottom. Like that to me is just really impressive. I don't know. I know I keep hyping them up, but I feel like this game is way harder for them to play than it is for Liquid. And it's just textbook Liquid, though. They're kind of just feeding across the map, and they're still winning. You just know, like, watching their replays, that this is exactly what they like to do. And they just have to be a bit careful. If this continues to go this way, like, suddenly the Radiance is out. Abaddon is one of the scariest 5-man group heroes in the entire game. If they're allowed to finally 5-man and barrel down a lane, Tundra's scary as hell.
A 9. He's looking for the backlines. He's onto Insania, but Insania will get the Fate's Edict off in time, so they can't commit with the combo. Turning their attention over towards Skeeter. Tiger, he's looking to start things off with the initiation. They've got the stun down onto Skeeter. They'll bring him down the once. See if they can do it a second time. 9 trying to jump over towards Tiger to burst him down. Biver in with a follow-up Echo Slam onto the two of them. Boxy dragged over to the side of the Remnant, but it's not enough damage to get the kills. And now Tundra, they've got to run. The Magnetize from Tiger onto all of them, forcing them to escape. As Fada will fall, Biver as well. Tundra not quite having the burst and the focus to bring down any of the targets as Liquid. They hold strong and they kick Tundra immediately off their half of the map.
Yeah, apparently they're pretty scary as well on the side of Liquid. Their sustain and durability is also pretty nuts. The Oracle paying massive dividends there.
Tiger nearly having the distance there to catch 9. As 9 will be
he goes back for the BKB on mid-game.
Yeah.
It's nice when you go for the Ags, or at least you consider it, because you can buy the Ogre Club first. And kind of just based on the state of the game, he's realizing that they are going to be stuck fighting Tundra. And it's not necessarily that you want to fight on Terrorblade, but the BKB makes you more than willing to do so. And the Ags was a item that is more about showing up to fights casually, while BKB is more about taking head-on 5-on-5s.
Oh, we see it there again. Excellent moves from Liquid, and yeah, I mean, Insania, key moments at the beginning there. If he dies at the start, it's a lot harder for Liquid to turn as they did.
This Oracle's job is going to get real hard real quick, though, because we got a Blink Dagger coming out from Wraith King, and we got 1,800 gold off of the Ags for Void Spirit. Those are pretty huge timings for Tundra. They've also got the Blink Dagger on Shaker. He's got the Philosopher's Stone, the Dream for him. Will help him get closer to a shard as they smoke up, ready to go again. Leave Skeeter behind because he's still farming his Blink Dagger and his ultimate's still on cooldown for a bit. But they can always just recall him. Why not? Seems good.
Fada, he's setting things up. They're in. Insania, he's got False Promise at the ready. This is a hard kill to commit for with the backup of the Oracle. As Quakeface going to be able to turn, stun into Lasso. They lock down 9, and now they'll run over towards 33. He's got the borrowed time, but with the 4 of them here, they should be able to take him down twice. No problem at all as he tries to TP, but Quakeface ready with another stun. There's no escape for him. As just a little bit of a hard one to go for again, trying those aggressive movements that they were getting away with earlier. But Insania in prime position to mean that Tundra were never really going to get that unless they had some way of getting onto the Oracle as well.
Yeah, Kyle was talking about Oracle really enabling Lesh to do his job, and you're seeing it there. Lesh, the only weakness the hero has is in order to flash farm the way he does, he just has to be physically in the middle of the creep wave. Very exposed, vulnerable, and in that case, a lot of times he looks like a juicy target, but with Insania, like you said, behind him, he's perfectly poised to do that as they look like they're going to turn that into a Roche.
Tundra.
This is huge.
Yeah, they can't
Both
get over
teams
here.
are very all-in on one volley of spells, so Aegis will go a long ways this game.
They're trying for Tiger, but Insania's in. False Promise is out. Now Tiger's ready to turn. Rolls straight over to Biver. Biver will prop the Echo Slam, but it's not enough damage to get any of the kills. As they'll lose Biver, they'll lose the first life of Skeeter in the river. 9 tries to commit to burst through the Oracle, but again, Insania able to keep himself protected. And now the chase is there from Tiger, keeping the lockdown onto 9. He's out with the Dissimilate up to the cliff, but they see him and they bring him down as well.
Yeah, this game's really on a tightrope in terms of you lean one way or the other, it's gonna get out of control real fast. I was really liking the prospects for Tundra, but Liquid's really hitting the gas pedal. I don't know, like this is crazy. Liquid's moves are just so clean. I love the moves from both teams. I feel like I'm just like fanboying over here, but this is just such fast Dota. and both teams are abusing every little power spike that they get. Now that we have the Bloodstone coming out on Lesh quite shortly, it is going to be so hard to bring him down when he's in Oracle ult, because that lifesteal that you get, the spell lifesteal from Bloodstone plus the Bloodstone heal, all that's going to be doubled. And most of these heroes on the side of Tundra, they have to be up in your face to do damage. So Leshrac, if he's getting gone on, will be dishing out the damage in return.
Yeah, they as you said, they really have to jump Insania. They've got to find him in these fights. And, you know, it is going to be easier soon for 9 if he gets that Axe done, but still only halfway there on the gold. So needs a bit more time to finish that off. As he has
the same gold that he had when I last checked. That was like 2 or 3 minutes ago. Yeah. He has the exact same amount. He was 1,200 into the 3 components.
Now his game has definitely slowed down a bit. As you can see on the net worth, his top spot still held by both the carries, very close to one another. Now, but as we're seeing, definitely harder for Skeeter to have the impact in these fights compared to Mickey with the backup that each has.
There is no direct synergy with the Terrorblade Aghanim Scepter this game. So Mickey is declaring that he thinks it's just a good item by default. He doesn't have a Mars or a Puck or anything like that that capitalizes with the fear.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Even just the 10-second meta is pretty nice, to be honest. It allows you to commit at the start of a fight and be impactful without necessarily utilizing a very long cooldown that allows the opponent to capitalize.
Yeah. I guess one thing as well it can be nice for is it makes it even harder for Skeeter to play his game right. If they're able to bring down Skeeter the once, they can easily prep to kill him after the reincarnation by just forcing the rest of the team away whilst he's in the reincarnation animation. So now to the high ground they go. See what Tundra can do to put a stop to this. They're losing this tower fast. Very, very fast into the Edict and the Metamorphosis. And what kind of deep push do they have right now? Skeeter, he's going to try. He's going to get in on top of Mickey. They're trying to burst him the once. They'll be able to do it. They do manage to 100-0 him. Take away that Aegis. Echo Slam dropped onto Tiger as they kill him, separated from Insania. So no saves for Tiger this time round. Now they'll see one more they can chase. They're over to the back line. Skeeter, he's looking for Insania. They've got the stun down. They'll bring down another double kill for Skeeter, but Mickey is still good to go with the meta up. He's punching into Skeeter. Skeeter at 33. They're trying to stand the ground against Mickey. Skeeter's still alive. The life still keeping him alive, but Mickey TP's out with the last few seconds there of the BKB. He will escape, but that will give the space for Tundra to clean up even more. Boxy, he's going for a TP out himself. He'll also make it out, but Quakefoot will not. As Tundra, they're able to hold and push back Liquid pretty big time there.
Yeah, if you asked me if I thought they could burst the Terrorblade before he got his BKB off, I wouldn't believe you. That was impressive stuff from Tundra. The confidence to all in him there. It looks like Insania just didn't want to use this false promise. Might have been worth it on the Aegis just because you no longer have Metamorphosis when you come out of it. Not nearly the same hero that he is during his first life.
A huge defense. And just able to do it exactly how they need to. Getting the kills on heroes that, you know, Insania, as we saw, just couldn't quite reach. He couldn't quite get to it now. Up top, Biver. He's starting to have a bit of a go onto Boxy. Tiger's there with the backup, though. Silence down onto Biver and 9. Biver's gone. And so is Farda. Skeeter, he's going to commit, though. He's ready to go in with 33 over towards the backlines. Finds Boxy. Skeeter now stepping straight over towards Insania, forcing the Oracle away. Pots the BKB. He looks for Insania, but Insania kicked down to the low ground by Tiger. Tiger gets him out of there. Skeeter will just turn his attention towards Tiger instead. As Tiger will fall, Skeeter now down over towards Insania. The false promise comes to an end, and so does his life. Insania down, and now Mickey. Can they keep him safe? Quakefoot's by his side. So if they want to get in on this, pop in the Terror Wave. And 9. It's caught out by the Yules combo as they take out the Void Spirit. And with that, 33 and Skeeter will back away. But another solid hit there from Tundra. Coming up, turning up to the fight. This time losing an equal amount of casualties, but still impressive to see in a game where they were definitely starting to feel the heat from Liquid.
I want to highlight the atomization from 33. I think Solar Crest with the pseudo nerf to the way it works, making the duration longer but the cooldown longer as well. It's not an item you see too often nowadays, but this is a game where you got Wraith King, man fighting Terrorblade, and that's going to continuously happen, and that made the difference in that bottom fight. And it basically gives Skeeter an extra item slot. And I think Wraith King's biggest limitation is the fact that he gets 6 slotted so early. Going Mjolnir. Don't see that over the AC too often, but because he's going to have all these aura armor items coming out from the Abaddon, that also enables him to go for more greedier damage items that help him deal with the illusions better.
That's true. It's definitely going to be an important part to dealing with that TB in his army.
Butterfly almost done on Mickey. That's a huge upgrade for him. Maelstrom does give 30% True Strike, so it's not that bad for Skeeter in terms of his damage output, but Butterfly just makes Terrorblade pump it out.
What do we have now? Yeah, full ags done for 9. Anything else big coming out for either side? 33 working on the halberd. Biver just trying to get the Eon disc done. At the end of the day, he doesn't really care if he's gone on and can't do damage. He just wants to make sure he can land these stuns, get the fishes out into these key heroes like Insania, stop him from being able to save his cause.
A lot of big items coming out. Got the BKB almost done on Lesh. You got the Void Spirit also working on a BKB, but he's way off. So many important items that I feel like the game is going to be so heavily decided by the next engagement because of how impactful this next round of items will be. Whoever gets them first will be at a significant advantage. And it looks like both teams are relatively content for now, but I imagine these smokes on Tiger are going to get used sometime in the near future, probably right when Quakefoot gets that BKB, as it will be before the Void Spirits. Full Mjolnir on Skeeter. They're just
he's
going to
big.
go.
Radiant are scanning.
You know, it is all on sort of his shoulders, though, for Tundra. Very much turning him to a full protect one hit. Of course, just instrumental in buffing up this Wraith King. Giving him the space to go target to target as he wishes. See Roche up in just a minute. Sort of with the Ags on 9 and by having the Echo Slam, Tundra definitely do have a solid fight around the pit.
Fada's going for another Sheepstick this game, even though he doesn't have any Grimstroke synergy. Boxing?
I mean, they got him. As soon as Skeeter's on a target right now, he will take them down easily through the duration of the stun. He's got so much damage coming out from this Wraith King right now.
Yeah, he had time to react for sure. Maybe he just didn't want to use his BKB knowing that he has buyback for the potential fight.
Yeah, I think you could be right about that. Yeah, because he's going to know that Roche is up any second.
Lush BKB is done. Went for a Blink Dagger on 33. Honestly like that a lot because I think he's needed to follow up Skeeter. Like, he needs to enable him in the middle of the fight, draw attention to himself as well.
Yeah.
Kind of just throw himself into the fray. I think the best way to deal with Abaddon is to act like he doesn't exist. And he's trying to make that not happen, it looks like, because these aura items, the Solar Crest, the Blink Dagger, just the raw utility of his skills alone makes him hard to just kind of leave on the sidelines here.
And for Skeeter, I mean, where does his build sort of go from here? How does he continue to transition into the later stages of this game?
I would imagine Strength Blink or Swift Blink coming out first. Probably Swift Blink, actually.
Yeah.
Use that first volley of damage, the 6 seconds you have of that buff is just so ridiculous on heroes like Wraith King that the only thing they really lack as the game goes on is that they don't quite have enough burst damage to bring down like support heroes in the back. From there, we'll figure that out. Gonna be a while, because he's gonna want to probably say buyback too. Oh, he's got spider legs.
Oh,
that's actually so nice.
That's pretty
so
big.
nice for carries.
Yeah.
Just an extra slot.
Yeah, especially with the gold that he's got, because now he can get rid of those phase and get someone else in pretty shortly, as you say, after he's got the buyback gold on top of it.
It's also really nice for maneuvering in fights, just because there's like a lot of stuff on the ground, such as Fissure on his own.
Skeeter is in on Mickey. Mickey needs help, and he needs it now. The Echo Slam's down. Mickey's got to pop the BKB. He's able to turn, get the Thunder off. He's back up to full HP. Turns and rips apart Biver. Skeeter looking for a target. He's trying to stay on top of Quafer, but Quafer's popping the Bloodstone heal and the BKB. They'll bring down Skeeter the once. See if they can do it a second time as they surround him. Bring down Fada. He is able to get the blink off as he reincarnates. There was a buyback from Biver to an attempt to turn this fight around, but 33 is getting focused. He'll try and TP his way out of there, but they've got plenty of heals to put a cancel to it. As 33's back up to full HP, and instantly, as quickly as he heals up, he's back down to 0. There's now 33 down and out and unavailable for the Roche fight.
Now, I don't know if there's a hero more punishing in Dota to go all in on and not manage to finish them off than Terrorblade.
They tried.
And
yeah.
Just get sundered, fight turned. You don't have any more gusto on the side of Tundra, and surprised Liquid's not going to try to turn that into a Roche, but I guess since Metamorphosis is going to be on cooldown, they're content to take their victory.
Yes, these 3 solid kills there and 2 buybacks coming out of Tundra. Oh, he's done it, Brian. He's done it.
Oh. Well, that is also the other route.
I mean, that
go.
If with a Rapier in that sort of situation like we just saw, that Terrorblade's probably dead. He's definitely dead.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
The True Strike, as well as that first initial crit. He's going to have a level 25.
Oh, baby.
They know they have this window to get Roche because Metamorphosis is on cooldown. I like it, man.
Oh, I love it. I love it when it's picked up in a game that there's like only a few K difference in, you know. This isn't any... It's not drastic, but it is necessary. Skeeter is going to turn over towards Tiger. Tiger getting bashed by Roche. Tiger's gone. He's going to buy back Roche, and he's so low. They're trying to focus Skeeter. Skeeter's out to the side with the spider legs. He'll get himself away, and he's ready to jump back in. Straight over towards Quafer. He's found his new target. He's in onto the left. Quafer popping the Bloodstone in the BKB as he attempts to get away. The tear away from Mickey will push back Tundra. He's in, ready to go for another round 9. Fissure out and Mickey. They're having to use the false promise relatively early there. Very worried about him being burst by the jump from Skeeter. So now no false promise. Can Tundra get a jump? Smoke up to try and get the setup from an advantageous position. And Skeeter's in. He's looking for Quafer, but instant yawls. As soon as he's up to the high ground, he's thrown up. He moves down to the low ground with the spy legs, takes out Tiger. Tiger's gone for 80. No way to return to the fight. Skeeter did pop the BKB, though, for that kill. See if he still feels like he can get back in. 33 causing attention towards himself. They move in. They've got the stun. The silence on the Mickey, but he removes it with a BKB. He's starting life steal back up. Turns towards 33. Turns over towards Skeeter. Skeeter, he's out to the side. The Aphotic Shield will protect the reincarnate. He's still got the 2 lives ready to fight with. We'll see if he's able to get back in. He is. Skeeter jumps in. Boxy. Biver. No, they've got him with the Echo Slam. Boxy is down. Biver trying to control Mickey. Mickey is attempting to stand his ground, but this damage from Skeeter's too much. The Ray Fire Blast out. They bring him down. Skeeter gets the kill. Knight's got the control on Insania. Insania's down. BKB from Quafer is on the retreat, but Skeeter's up. He needs the crits. Bam! He's got it. Another kill for Skeeter. As it really could not have been a more perfect pickup. This Rapier is opening the game wide open in Tundra's favor. If they can continue to make moves like this in the fights, there may only be 1k gold in it, but Liquid is going to feel incredibly shaken up.
I'm almost certain that their chances of winning this game are infinitely higher since he went for this Rapier. Like, this is crazy. Like, what a ballsy pickup, but
yeah.
Like, they knew this was their time. Like, this is what I mean by when I said I was impressed earlier that both teams are hitting these power spikes. This is such good awareness from Skeeter to know that this was the time for him to win the game. This is when he's at his strongest. You're seeing that Solar Crest pay off the huge dividends. I've already mentioned it before. I'll mention it again. Skeeter is just an absolute monster, and he's got an extra 80 attack speed to boot from his Abaddon. He's got the shield to enable him to win these mana fights even more. That's a 220 health swing, 200 health swing, excuse me, both ways. So it's effectively 400 health swing. He even went for the Satanic on Mickey, but after the BKB, Sunder and Satanic are used, he's just got nothing left in the kit.
No, absolutely. Yeah, both of these games, Skeeter has just shown how much he continues to step up his carry performance. This is some top tier stuff from Skeeter. His Ursa, and now this Wraith King, just looking to be as good as they can be. This is brilliant stuff.
Some sick items coming out for them. They got the Timeless Relic. The Flicker's a really nice item for the supports against the Earth Spirit.
I mean, how do Liquid deal with this Wraith King now? What's the plan? How on earth do you stop Skeeter from being able to just weave in and out of the fights as effortlessly as he has been?
Well, when he's got 3 lives, I don't have an answer for you. But when he's got 2, I'm still crunching the numbers there. I don't know.
Still room for progress with this build. 5.8k gold. It's going to get very appealing, the idea of upgrading his Blink Dagger. And then you've only got to imagine the potential once he does get what you would imagine, the Swift Blink to be the upgrade this game. You're not going to be able to run from this man.
Yeah, and he can always sell the armlet for a 6th item.
Yeah.
You've got the Ag Scepter upgrade, which is one of the better late game ones.
Skeeter's in. Whoa, Boxy. Quick reactions there. Is able to blink away. Skeeter, taking some heavy hits here from his reflection. As they'll step him out. Can they take him down the once? They try and they'll be able to do so. That's the Reincarnate gone. Boxy trying to commit with the BKB, but the Will-O-Wisp is down into the Fisher, onto the 4 of them. They'll get the last round, but the battle, the end goes out from Biver. He gets them all. Biver, beautiful jump straight into the heart of Liquid. Sends them shattering to their base. 3 dead, no buybacks. It couldn't be any better. Biver, and he's done it. I mean, this game looks to be over. It really does. Without any re-entry into the game on Boxy, Tiger, and Mickey, and with the damage of Skeeter and his Rapier, they're just looking to close it. Quakefa and Insania, they've got some insane work to do if they want to try and hold this game and turn it around. I don't think they're going to be able to. Insania split off to the side. He'll get the false promise off, but he's dead. He's gone. Quakefa taken out as well, inevitably, by the remainders of Tundra. As Quakefa will buy back, but that is it. Tiger's up in a few seconds. But Tundra, they're closing it up. 9 over to the left. They're trying their best to push them away off the objectives, but they cannot do it. The King is too strong.